of the people affirm. So let's go straight to Yobe State, right? Where dozens of women have staged a peaceful protest demanding justice for Ami Adamu Maman, a housewife who was allegedly killed by her husband while she was asleep. Now, the women, drawn from all walks of life, flagged off the protest from the August 27 Stadium, Damaturu, to the State Ministry of Justice and terminated the protest at the premises of Yobe State House of Assembly. During the protest, the women were seen carrying placards containing different messages such as "Justice for Ami," "Perpetrators must be exposed and justice be served," as well as "No to violence against women and girls," among other messages. Led by the State Commission of Humanitarian Affairs, Hajia Mayiru Ahmed Amshi, the protesting women were received by the Deputy Speaker of the House, Usman Dachia. Amshi told the Deputy Speaker and other members of the House that the essence of staging the protest was to show their grievances over the unjust killing of Ami and appeal to the lawmakers to ensure justice is done on the matter. Okay. He said, "We are seeking justice. We know that this House is serious in considering issues that affect the lives of the people of Yobe State." Well, they went on and on with that. It was reported that Ami Adam Maman was killed by her 43-year-old husband, who is now in police custody. Governor May Malabuni of Yobe State has also vowed that anyone involved in the death of Ami Adam Maman will be brought to book. Mr. Darlington. I wanted to say before we get to that, let's get to the female the banker who killed herself. But let me have you chiming on that. Good evening, Mr. Darlington, and welcome.
Yeah, Precious, how are you?
Very well, thank you. So, domestic violence, people killing each other.
What was
husband and wife killing each other? She was sleeping, and the man did away with her.
Did he give any reason?
Not yet. Of course, it's still sketchy. Hence the protest. There's been a lot of talks anyway about this conversation.
Let him go and thank God he was apprehended. Let him go and because the law is very clear on murder. This is not manslaughter. This is a clear case of murder. But no matter the frustration and anger, families are going through a lot. One small issue like this, people will go overboard. That is what happens when you have a bad economy and a bad system. People just get frustrated unnecessarily. If you go deeper now, you discover that the man is angry with himself, and he vented his anger on the wife. If not, why when she was sleeping? So if you go deeper, the man may be frustrated himself. Because when you look at it from the surface, you say this man is wicked, but inside him, something is disturbing him.
So speaking about these frustrations, that a female marketing employee of a bank in Ikorodu, Lagos State, committed suicide. Not today, I think that happened 2 days ago, like 8th of January, right? So the deceased is just a 32-year-old lady, Amarachi Ugochukwu is her name. She was said to have drank an insecticide, the popular one that they always drink, that begins with an S. So I learned that the incident happened, on Monday, some days ago, within the premises of the bank. Now, she had around 1 p.m. made her way into the restroom of the bank, where she drank the insecticide unknown to her colleagues. So other members of staff had started looking for her when, the phone she left in the table kept ringing and she was not around to pick the calls. So a police source confirmed to newsmen that Ugochukwu was later found dead inside the toilet with a bottle of insecticide in her, insecticide on her side and with a note by her side. So they said while the phone kept ringing, they kept looking for her, and then they now went to the toilet, found out that one of the toilet doors were locked from the inside. Apparently, she locked the door from the inside, and they tried to push the door open. They forced the door open and found her lying dead, helplessly on the floor. I don't know. So, and then when this happened, they got a note. They saw a note beside her. The note read, "Nothing is working in my life. My figures are low. My brain is clogged up. The economy is getting harder. My decisions are wrong. My mind is messed up. The future doesn't seem bright at all. I see extreme hardship. I can't bear the pain anymore." she wrote in a suicide note. She even went on to and say, I'm sorry, Mom, I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry, Nene. Mentioned all her siblings and all that, and say, dear Lord, have mercy on me. Mr. Darlington, you know, we didn't realize that things, I mean,
do you know?
I cannot say, I don't know, but we didn't realize, you know, when we talk about hardship and its impact on people right?
Don't know the meaning.
We didn't realize that it's actually this. The reason I thought to, you know, give light to this conversation is when we keep talking about how things are bad and how we want to be sure that government live up to their responsibilities. These are one of the reasons.
Of course. You know, when we say this in here, people think that you just come here to talk. These are the issues, serious issues. There are many of that ladies out there, maybe in the villages, we may not even hear about them. This one is because it happened within the premises of the bank. That is why it became such a big issue. There are many like that who have taken their lives in the villages, and nobody is even talking about them. You know, the lady, this is a deliberate and conscious act. For her to sit down, write those notes and all that before she carried out this thing, it's not a one-day thought. Look at what she said. Apparently, they gave her a target, and she's not meeting.
You cannot work in the bank without having a target.
She said my figures are low, so
the KPIs must be, you know,
so apparently
up and alive.
Yes, apparently the bank frustrated her. If you ask me, the bank should be investigated in this matter. Why are they giving them targets?
But they must have targets. How would they work?
The target, are they going to perform magic? There's no money in the economy. Is it not this money that is that CBN is holding that they want them to go and bring? Who want to bring money in the bank now, sir? When you cannot collect it, when you want to collect it. These are things the bank should be looking at, not the target. They can't perform miracle now. Nobody is bringing out money to give to bank to keep for them, because when you want to collect that money, it becomes a very big issue. That is why people are no longer willing to do that. So when you give them target, are they going to force people to bring money to the bank? The bank should now look at, they have to readjust their target thing. It has taken the life of so many ladies, frustrated them. This is a very typical example. With this development, I believe the people in charge of regulating our bank, they should look into this matter. In the olden days, the 70s and 80s, was it like this? Do you employ people and give them target to go and do what? Do you know the stress these people go through to even get a very big client? At times, some of them, they do the unthinkable just to get a very big client. Is that banking work? So the banking regulators should look into all this matter, because the major reason why this lady died is because of the work environment. It was toxic for her. That's just the truth. That's why she died in that environment. It was toxic. Yes, now the note she wrote.
But speaking about carefulness, shouldn't we even be more careful and look out for each other more? I mean, if she had gone in to ease herself and we notice that she's taking longer than usual, shouldn't somebody have noticed?
Who would be doing that?
Her next door neighbors. I mean, her next seat neighbor or something.
That, she has a lot to do inside that place.
A lot to do.
Yes.
Inside toilet.
Yeah, now.
Inconvenience.
Yeah. So when you are trying to empty your bowel, some stay long, some don't stay long. So nobody will see it as an issue. But what I'm saying is that somehow her line manager should have realized that this girl is not she's not acting properly.
Yes, because before it got to this level, she must have started exhibiting some.
Exactly. That is why some of this work environment, there should be a psychologist around. Maybe once in a while you take them for mental evaluation to see the state of their mind, because she said her mind is clogged up. Very serious indictment on that bank. I'm telling you, very serious indictment. And I'm sure she's not the only one. Oh. She can't be the only one doing this marketing. So the other ladies now, they will now, learn a lesson. And even the bank, that bank has been heavily indicted. Why should they give them outrageous targets? Why? All right, so
Mr. Darlington, let's move quickly because I have a lot of conversations to run through. So let's run through almost all of the security issues at the time. Bandits reportedly struck again early Thursday today morning at Kuka, Babangida village in Jibia local government area of Katsina State. Former President Muhammad Buhari's village, killing no fewer than 9 residents, including the village head, Idris Haruna. That is the village head. That is the chief of the village. Now, the chairman of the local government council, Bashir Sabiu, confirmed the incident alongside the spokesman for the Katsina Police Command, ASP Abubakar Aliyu. News gathered that the bandits attacked the village a few minutes before midnight and operated till around 1:30 p.m. on Thursday morning. So they started like, let's say, 10 minutes to midnight, and then to the midnight until around 1:30. So for at least 1 hour 40 minutes they had time to operate, and nothing happened. Now the villagers said the bandits took time to go from house to house in search of valuables, including money. Now it all read. And then I said it could not be established whether they abducted people or went away with valuables. The State Commissioner for Internal Security, Anasiro Muaze, who spoke on the incident through his spokesman, Hassan Dan Ali, said the state is committed to the protection of lives and property of the people of the state. So we shall not relent in our efforts to ensure that people are safe wherever they are. But what happened in this particular case, people would ask, efforts were being made to bury the victims today, Thursday, when this report was filed. So that the bandits killed no fewer than 6 traders last Friday morning, who were on their way to a local market at Yantumaki in Damusa local government area of the same Katsina state on Friday last week. The traders who were traveling from Maidabuni were attacked just a few kilometers from the market. And now this is happening again. As if this is not enough, we hear that in Zamfara state, another one is going on there, as bandits have now kidnapped a director, Center for Research of the Federal University Gusau in Zamfara State, Bello Jambaku. Now, Jambaku, who is also a senior lecturer at the university's Department of Islamic Studies, was kidnapped in his residence in Damba Gusau, the state capital. That is in Damba Gusau, the state capital, just yesterday, Wednesday. A resident of the area, Nasamu Garba, told a newsman that the bandits broke into Jambaku's residence around 2 a.m. on Wednesday and took him away. Garba said security personnel engaged the bandits in a gun duel in a bid to foil the abduction, but Loriro, it did not work. Still speaking about insecurity. Now, we did also hear that still about insecurity. Most forests in Nigeria have now been taken over by bandits and kidnappers. This is what federal government is now raising alarm. Make on a combo. Bandits and kidnappers don't follow all our forest. Oh, our people know if we go do things what they do for forest for peace in peace again. So it is quoting the said minister now. It is said that he's quoting him now. He said it is quite unfortunate that most of our forests have been taken over by bandits, kidnappers and terrorists. Please, what is the difference between bandits and terrorists?
The man that said he should have told us.
Okay.
It's very not when Gumi told us that there are good bandits and there are bad bandits.
Mr. Darlington, let me finish the matter before you put mouth now. Sorry, no vex. I know you put your mouth very well. So the Minister of Environment, Balarabi Abbas, said the federal government will get enough forces to deal with bandits and other criminals who have taken over most of the country's forest. The same bandits that they're saying we should use non-kinetic mechanism to deal with. Now, Mr. Abbas spoke today, Thursday, at the ministry's top management retreat at the 5th Chuka Resort, Maraba Just Road, Kaduna. Quoting him, he said, it is quite unfortunate that most of our forests have been taken over by bandits, kidnappers, and other terrorists that have been unleashing mayhem on innocent Nigerians. That is what he said. That is the Minister of Environment. So he noted that the issue bothered President Bola Ahmed Tinubu so much. That is, they pain our president so much. And the federal government would soon set up enough forces to beef up security in the forest. For those who don't understand the grammar, make a break and down. They say these bad men, so when they talk, say bandits. That is all those people where they kill, go village, go clear the whole village. They call them bandits. Meanwhile, they won't get terrorists. So you go just do like this, keep people who know who gone. Now terrorists they call them. So including the ones that don't finally agree, say they be terrorists. Plus including the one that they call kidnappers, saying that them full all our forests for inside Nigeria. And say the thing they pain President where. Say pain President Bola Tinubu sote. You don't talk and say he go soon gather, put up forces together. Bring correct people we go fight all these bad people then where very soon. Okay. They said we are liaising with the military, SSS, police, and other security agencies to remedy the ugly trend. Mr. Darlington, well, let me let you come in. I don't want to speak further on this matter.
Precious.
Sir?
Precious.
Mr. Darlington, why do we seem like we're helpless about the insecurity situation?
No,
it's so painful.
They said when a man goes into the bush to go and fetch an ant-infested firewood, lizard will definitely come for a party in his compound. That is what is doing Nigeria. My dear, let nobody be deceived. Everybody knows how this thing came into us. We brought them in here. We invited them. We pampered them. We fed them. We gave them logistics. You were not here when some people were defending them right, left, and center. Tell me, were you not here when 400 of them who are sponsoring this thing we are giving to you to discipline them? Up to today, nothing. Were you not here when Gumi told you that nobody should talk to those boys, so that they are boys, that anybody who want to attack them, they will not vote for them? I even went ahead to define bandits, said there are good bandits and there are bad bandits. Were you not here when Erufai told you that they listen to their conversation, they know where they are, they hear what they are saying?
Erufai said government cannot say that they don't know where they are. Should I play that again?
No,
I should look for that voice stop to play again.
Look, my dear, how many are you going to play? We have had so many statements from northern leaders about these people, yet no action. So why should I now be dropping one tear or the other on their behalf when they know what is going on? Are they not their children? Precious, 95% of these boys is troubling them in the north and all over Nigeria. They know where they came from. They say they see them. They are living among them. They know them. Then what are you doing about it? Nothing. And when somebody wants to be decisive about them, I remember when Jonathan wanted to exterminate these people. What did northern leaders do? They started writing memo to the United Nations, to ICC, to UK, US, that Jonathan is doing ethnic cleansing. And with that admonition, Jonathan had to retire the army general he brought in, General Ihejirika, and send him back. Immediately, Ihejirika left the scene. These people came back in full swing. So, what are you telling me that? Are you telling me that up till now, because so far the North have been hardest hit in this matter? Are you telling me that all the army generals in the North, both retired and serving, they cannot come together and say enough is enough? Is that what you are telling me? Are you telling me that they don't know what to do up till now? But when it comes to politics, they know how to go and struggle. They must get power by all means. My dear, please, I am tired of discussing this matter. When they are tired, they know what to do. Precious, the same way they went to the southeast and colonized that place, the same way they renditioned Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya, they should do so with these terrorists instead of disturbing us every day. That's what I'm saying. We are tired of all this noise. They kidnap it, they kill it. What are northern leaders doing? At least it is the owner of the mad dog that will call a mad dog to order. That's why you have a dog. When your dog is behaved, you call it to order as the owner. What have northern leaders done? Instead of all this noise, they are turbaning even the terrorists, pampering them. After arresting them, they rehabilitate them again into the society. Then they will go back to what they were doing. In the first place, how did they come inside here? How? You were here when somebody said that every Fulani all over Africa, they should come to Nigeria, that Nigeria is their home. And with it, those who are Fulani, those who are whatever, they came inside here. And we are asking, how did we get here? How did we get here? We know what happened. Everybody knows. If they don't want to solve the problem, no problem. When they overwhelm all of us, they will take over and become Hamas in Gaza.
Mr. Darlington hasn't got to the level.
And what is it not to take over Nigeria that they are struggling for? Yes, now they want to take over Nigeria, then establish their own government. Is there any other reason? No, tell me, is there another thing they are fighting for? They have told you what they are. The government is watching them. Is it when they succeed that they will now start behaving as if they don't know what they are doing? They know what they are doing. They know what they are doing. That's what I'm telling you. That this is the deceit and hypocrisy. What are they fighting for? They say they want to take over Nigeria and establish their own government, just like in Afghanistan. If not, what else are they fighting for? Tell me what? And the federal government is aware. That's why the northern leaders just pretend as if they are not aware. They don't keep quiet. They don't keep quiet.
Are you
I am accusing them. I've told you their statement. Their statement is enough accusation. Precious. Their statement alone, I've told you what this northern they have said individually and collectively. I've told you what they said. Gumi, everybody know what Gumi has been saying. He said he even visit them in the forest with the government officials. So what other evidence are you looking for? Tell me. Gumi said he visited them in the forest with government officials. Were you not here when one notorious one among them, Tojo Bello, was turbaned somewhere in Zamfara, and government officials were there? A terrorist that had taken part of Zamfara and is collecting tax from the villagers. Please, please, I don't want to get angry this evening, please. Let them continue. Should all of us will suffer it. No problem. All
right, Lakers, let's move to the next conversation. So for those of you who are used to, who probably would be used to the New Year term, I no go agree for anybody, I be no agree for anybody. Well, the Nigerian Police Force has warned that no agree for anybody, a trending slogan among youth for 2024, is coming from a revolutionary push which could trigger chaos across the country. So, first police spokesperson Olumuyiwa Adejobi at a press briefing yesterday Wednesday said that based on intelligence, the police were informed that the slogan was aimed at triggering a revolution in the country. Based on intelligence. Okay. So Mr. Adejobi said, let me say it again, that the new slogan of 2024, no grief for anybody, we have been informed by intelligence that this slogan is coming from a revolutionary sector that may likely cause problems across the country. No grief for anybody is being seen as a normal talk, but in the security community, we have seen it as a very dangerous slogan that can trigger crisis. No grief for anybody, a slogan in Pidgin Palace, loosely meaning headiness or pig-headedness, adopted by youth on social media in 2024, is trending as young Nigerians, including celebrities and brands, jump on it. Now, the nation's social media space, of course, has been agog with that particular trend. And some other slogans which inspired by musical, socio-economic, and political development in the country. So some of the slogans also include "cut soup for me," "shege," among other slogans. But Mr. Darlington, police is saying that according to intelligence, that they have intelligence that no grief for anybody is a revolutionary slogan, and that may just lead to a revolution. And we don't want revolution in this country.
Who told them that? Which intelligence? They don't have intelligence when terrorists are coming to slaughter an entire village. They don't have intelligence on that, Abi. Precious, your police don't have intelligence when terrorists will come from other country to finish Nigerians for over 12, 13 years now. Terrorists have been killing people in Nigeria. They don't have intelligence on that. It is the ordinary word. Do you know that particular word, they have been using it to sing? Musicians have been using it to sing for time immemorial. It is now that it is becoming a revolution. Hold on though. Was it that word he said that caused this corruption? Was it that thing he said that caused this economic downturn?
That is it no grief for anybody that caused economic downturn?
No, let us break it down. Please, the police spokesman, how can this thing you said now cause revolution? I'm asking you. You mean, okay, if you are doing somebody, you are talking with somebody now over an issue, and you say you no go agree, it has become a crime, Abi? I don't understand. How will such a word cause revolution? Okay, you no go agree with who?
They say from intelligence that they gathered that people want to use it to now form a revolution. Not good for anybody.
Over what?
Revolution now. What else causes
revolution? Before a revolution can come, my dear, something has been going on. You can't wake up and say, I don't go.
Maybe not good for anybody means that people may now use that now, tie that in the frustration they are going through in the country and now say, let's have a revolution.
So there's a frustration going on.
Revolution is always an anti-government protest, so that's not good enough.
Over what? Over bad what? Bad governance. Yes. You look. You say when a pregnancy is 6 months, you can't cover it, no matter how you try.
No, when I'm pregnant for 6 months, you don't know that.
No, nobody. Everybody will know. Everybody, no matter how you try. Precious.
Sir?
Instead of all these things, all this intelligence or whatever, please let them give Nigerians good governance that like they have in the Western world. That's why your youths are running over there. All these things will not save Nigeria. If the right thing is not done, you are wasting your time. All the other places where this thing had happened, go and read their history, how it happened and what caused it. Instead of all that, the police will stop all this. Let them give us intelligence on why this terrorism is going on, why this corruption is going on, why we have insecurity in Nigeria. That's the intelligence they should be giving us. Not who said what. How can that word cause problem in Nigeria? You mean the people who slaughtered an entire village, they didn't cause problem in Nigeria, Abi? No, they didn't cause problem. It is now people who are saying this thing is wrong. We no go agree. Is that they are the one that caused revolution? Is that what you are telling me? Oh, the killing should continue. That one is not a problem. You can imagine how intelligent they are. So the killing should continue in Nigeria. That one is not enough problem. It's not, Abi. That is good. Look at the they are not talking of these people that are being slaughtered every day. They are not talking about them. It is the people that say we no go agree. That this is too much. They are the ones that will not cause problem in Nigeria. Precious, look at, can you just oppose it? So police will not tell us that they are working. They always gather the intelligence. Meanwhile, the people that are doing the work, they are there killing people every day. They don't have intelligence on those ones.
All right, so Mr. Darlington, let's move to Lagos State, please. Closer home to Lagos State before we go back again to, other states. So down here in Lagos State, there is a bit of complaint about your air that you breathe in Banana Island. I don't know if you've heard about it. All right, so let me try to get a conversation.
All the people there, are they dead?
No, now. Mr. Darlington.
It's the question I asked you. You alarmed me. you raised my blood pressure.
How did I raise your blood pressure?
You said the air there is bad. If the air is bad, what is left now?
Mr. Darlington, is that how you used to do?
Please go ahead.
Okay. So now you've even made the story safe. The story is being stubborn to answer me. Okay. So they said that the Lagos State government has ranked. What was that ranking again? That the Lagos State government has ranked Agege, Akoka, Ojo, and Ketu as the worst areas with air pollution. Again, Agege, Akoka, Ojo, and Ketu as the worst areas with air pollution. I'm not surprised about Ketu because of that. What was that? The bean site you guys have there.
Dump site there,
Yes. So Highbrow Banana Island was also adjudged as one of the most unhealthy for sensitive groups areas
with asthma or something.
So the Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency, LASEPA, disclosed this on Thursday today in an air quality index on its official X aka Twitter handle. According to LASEPA, Akoka is the most polluted area in Lagos State with 104.1 air quality, followed by Agege, which has 72.1 air. Iba Town, Ojo, and then Lamata area in K2 came next with 0.7 and 60.6 respectively, all listed under unhealthy. Then areas listed under the unhealthy for sensitive groups. The other set is unhealthy generally. It's unhealthy. But this one unhealthy for sensitive groups.
If you have such condition, you should not.
Don't bother. The areas listed unhealthy for sensitive groups in the state include the Lagos Island Health Center. That is where health center they go for Island. Unilag Main Gate, Surulere, Mende, Mushi. I define my area here. NIMR Yaba, Banana Island, Naimate Oshodi, and Shobayo close Ararumi. Meanwhile, Ikotun, Egbeda, and LSDPC estate in Butameta, Unilag Research Center Ikeja General Hospital Road, Oshodi, Lasepa Ikeja, Itailewa in Ikorodu, and Lagos Port in Apapa are listed under moderate. Those ones are moderate. But you see that unhealthy for sensitive group, just see them. They are in Banana Island, they are in Mushi, they are in Unilag Main Gate, they are in Surulere, they are in Lagos Health Center, Island Health Center, they are in Mende. So if you're living in Maryland, Mende, and you're making mouth for me, sorry. I'm too sensitive.
If you're living in Banana Island,
don't make shakara for us. All right, so Lasepa advised Lagos residents to make conscious choices for a cleaner and a healthier city. Together, we can breathe easier. They said, Mr. Darlington, I'm sure this one is not surprising to you because you would have heard this. I don't want you to put mouth inside. Don't put mouth. Just let's jump and pass.
Why?
Let's jump and pass.
No. Why must we?
No, Mr. Darlington, let's jump and pass. There's no time.
Every year, this economic intelligence unit, they used to do a.
This one is by Lagos State.
Hold on.
Okay.
It is as a result of that research that Lagos State picked this up. After all, these areas have been there over the years, the two of us. And if you go and check the health standard of those people, they are the people that fall sick mostly who go to crowd our general hospitals. Because when you are living in such an environment, of course, the health hazard will come. And what is the next? You run to general hospital. So if the government have discovered the pressures, what are they doing about it? That is the question now. What are they doing about it? Are they trying to sensitize the people? Are they trying to take proactive measures to clean up the air there? Because this is what they're supposed to do as a government. They have done the research now. Are you telling me that all those houses that cost billions and billions in Banana Island, the owners should leave it and come to live in where is it? Which area is good?
Other areas, the areas that are moderate. They say those areas that are moderate is Oshodi, Egbeda.
The best they can do is to clean up the air there.
Ikorodu.
Whatever is causing this thing, since they have discovered the problem, then there must be solution. That's what I'm saying. That is what I expect them to tell us the next time. Not that this area is not good, this area is good. Clean up the air, clean it up. You have the technology to do it. If you don't have, call China. They will help. Okay,
so Mr. Darlington, let's go straight to our political party's issue. As we did hear that the Labour Party LP says it plans to play an active role in the reform of the Electoral Act to prepare the ground for a free, fair and credible election in 2027, right? Julius Abure, the LP national chairman, said that this when he received the 2023 Enugu governorship candidate of the party, Chijioke Edoga, in Abuja. Obiara Ifo, the LP national publicity secretary, said this in a statement yesterday Wednesday. In fact, he said, we believe that the starting point is to begin early enough with the pursuit of electoral reform, because we saw all the antics that played out between the National Assembly and the presidency in the past electoral reform. As I speak with you, we are already constituting a committee that will give us the framework for the review. We also decided that the LP will not be spectator, and that we will be the drivers drivers of that particular process. So he said. But then again, let's look at what Obi's reaction was on the cuts, the 60% cut of travel by the president. So the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, said what Nigerians need is a perfect 60% cut in the cost of governance, and not just reduction of travel entourages. Yes, you cut your travel entourage by 60%, but it is not enough. How about cutting down the cost of governance completely to 60%, right? So he made this known, of course, in his Twitter handle, and a lot of people are saying, Atiku hailed him that it was good that he cut down his travel, portfolio to entourage to 60%. Should we not welcome the president for that alone? Must Obi criticize everything that the president has done and requesting that he does more?
If he does something right, sincerely, and holistically, my dear, nobody will start talking. No. But when some of us look, because we only look at the news behind the news, how did this cost-cutting measure start? How did it start? It started after COP 28 in Dubai. That was when this thing started now. Before this time, what was going on? And it wasn't on when people raised their eyebrow and started talking. I have told you here, I will be so happy if Tinubu on his own, if Tinubu and his government can initiate something on their own, do it without public talking. Something that will give Nigerians good governance, since they said it's the master strategist that he even invented. He was the one that invented democracy. He knows everything about yes. This is the time for him to display it now. Does he need me to talk or criticize him? All those people who are saying he's the master this, he's the master that, he knows this, he knows that. This is the time Tinubu is supposed to display all those things. Because when I was saying it here that all those things are smoke screen, nobody listened to me. Since he came into office, I was waiting to see that extraordinary decision or action Tinubu will take that will surprise everybody, that will mess up past leaders. I have not seen any. You only wait when we talk. Is that what you should expect? Then I should give myself for credit now, because I was the one that said it. I was the one that said it because government has all the paraphernalia to know everything. Government have the power, the authority, they have the wisdom to think ahead of the people. That's what government, especially federal government. What is it that you want to do that the federal government cannot do? So if they have all this in at their beck and call, why can't they use it to do the right thing? Instead of all this cosmetic arrangement, trial and error, because people are talking. I have told you here, because of how Tinubu came into office, he will be struggling to please everybody.
How did it?
He will be struggling to please everybody.
Mr. Darlington, let's face other matters.
I'm telling you, because that's what's going on now. This corruption he's fighting now. Inside him, can he go the whole hog? The answer is no. Capital no. Precious, Tinubu cannot go the whole hog to fight corruption. He will get to a place now, and NEPA will take light.
All right, so Mr. Darlington, let's go straight to things that has been playing out in the Supreme Court in recent times. So, the Supreme Court on Thursday dismissed 3 separate appeals brought before it by some governorship candidates seeking nullifications of the elections of Akwa Ibom State Governor Omo and Obasi on account of alleged certificate forgery. The petitions were filed by governorship candidates of the All Progressives Congress APC, Young Progressive Party YPP, and also New Nigeria People's Party NNPP in the March 18, 2023 gubernatorial poll in Akwa Ibom State. So bottom line is that they struck off their cases. They reaffirmed, affirmed his election as the governor. But Mr. Darlington, the Supreme Court is giving judgment tomorrow on about I think 6 states governors petitions or appeals that was brought before them tomorrow. And those governors will be Lagos State, Kano State, Zamfara, Plateau, Ebonyi, Bauchi. A lot of people are saying, okay, should people be worried? Understanding that for Kano State judgment for Kano State has been reserved, I think, since 2 weeks ago, right? Or for 2 weeks now. And, the court reserved judgment in that case. And of course, I think it was just last week or Monday that the court reserved judgment for that of Plateau State too. People are worried, and people are wondering what the turnout of that event will be, especially after Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje, the All Progressives Congress APC national chairman, said that his target is to increase the number of governors and legislators on the party's platform. So he said this, when he spoke with newsmen today in Abuja. And people are saying, okay, if I'm quoting him, I said, our blueprint is to increase the numbers of legislators and governors that we have in the country. And by implications, the numbers of State House of Assembly members that we have. You also recall that in Plateau State, the appeal court there sacked the entire PDP House of Assembly members. and they're almost all replaced now by the APC House of Assembly members. So people are saying that, okay, do we put 1 and 1 and 2 and 2 together to marry this? As we speak right now, I don't know if the meeting is over till I get an update. We hear that President Bola Tinubu is currently meeting with Governor Similayi Fubara of River State at the presidential villa. Again, the last time that meeting happened, we came out with 8-point agenda of agreement. Now it's happening again. Which has not been implemented. Which has not been implemented. And the governor arrived at the presidential villa at about 5:35 p.m. and proceeded straight to the president's office. Unlike the last time he came to the State House with a delegation of his loyalists during the peace meeting with his estranged political godfather, of course, FCT minister, the governor came alone this time. Only Ambakakom. This time around. So although the agenda of his visits was not made public at the time of filing of the report, but perhaps we don't know. In fact, he may not probably be unconnected with what's happening with him and Wike and all of that in the state. So with all that is happening, judgments will be coming out tomorrow by the Supreme Court, at least for 6 states. The chairman of the party is saying that our target is to get more National Assembly members, more governors on our side, and then the president is now meeting with the governor of River State. River State is a very important state. Mr. Darlington, what do we make of all of this?
Precious.
Sir?
There was this behemoth called the Soviet Union, USSR. They were so big. In fact, it's supposed to be a continent of its own. And they were practicing communism, socialist republic. They thought they could manage that country called the USSR, Union of Soviet Socialist Republic. But with the changing times, because the only thing that is constant in life is change. With the changing times, the economy and the politics of USSR could not manage the people. They could not manage what they have on ground. The world has moved on. That was why a man called Gorbachev now decided that, look, if Russia must survive, there must be glasnost and perestroika in the former USSR. He introduced it. That is political and economic reforms, whereby some states were given autonomy, like Ukraine and other people. So out of Soviet Union, the behemoth called Soviet Union, 13 states came out of them. And that is why you have the great Russia today. You understand what is going on now? That Russia is still great today is because of that move. That people should be given autonomy. You should have dissenting and diverse opinion. Nobody can be pigeonholed into one place and you expect progress to come from there. It's not possible. Gorbachev saw this thing ahead of time, and it was that man that saved the so-called Soviet Union from disintegrating. When you have seen what happened in history, for God's sake, why do you want to go back there? Tell me, don't you know that the peace of this country today is because of these divergent views? You have Christians and Muslims. You have other parties. Don't you know? Other states where you have one religion, one state. Look at them. Pressure. Look, especially in the Middle East. When we tell people something, they don't listen. If APC succeed in creating a one-party state, can there be peace? Can they enjoy it? Is it possible? They have forgotten that God did not create us to be in one place. That was why He stopped those who wanted to build the Tower of Babel. He stopped them. But you, human being, you know more than God. Let them go ahead and create a one-party state. I am telling you, under 1 year, you will see what will happen in Nigeria.
So you are going by the accusation of Atiku Abubakar to the APC.
Is it not obvious?
They intend to create a one-party state.
Is that not obvious when they are boasting about it? And they are using every means. They are dragging everybody in. Look at what Obi said the other time. That nothing they did not offer him.
But he did not name those who tried to offer him, Mr. Darlington.
Who else? Who else would know? Who has the resources to offer Obi anything
Mr.
now?
Mr. Darlington, let's go and take calls.
Who would have offered them Obi anything in Nigeria now? Who would have offered him anything? Tell me. And because he refused, he said they were threatening him. And when he refused to board, they are now going after his subordinates, his supporters. You see how they are dragging all of them. You know, Doyo Kugbe is gone now. What's his name? Kenneth Okonkwo. Maybe I think he's still acting film. He has not come out of living in bondage. He's still acting film. The other one, Buala, all of them. So they are gradually taking all of them away, you know, so that Obi will now become a general without troops at the end of the day. Is that not what they are doing? Unfortunately, if they succeed the pressure, there will be no peace in their camp.
No, Mr. Darlington.
No, like Soviet Union. I just gave you an example now. When you brought people of, you said they should be in one place. How can there be peace there? Can't you get it? It's not possible. All right. Soviet Union did not. You cannot.
All right. Lagos phone lines are open. 0700 903 903 903 and 0700 903 9039. Let's take your thoughts and reactions right away. Phone lines are open. Let's get to hear from you. I have tons of messages. Let's see if we begin to take them one at a time. Daya from Fragma says, he said, what do you expect from your cash and carry that has turned this country? Okay, turning facts into technicalities and also doing eye service for the government. See, Dayo, you know now. You know why I cannot read your messages sometimes now. Please, sorry for me. Good evening. Please stop calling the beast bandits because it is annoying. They are terrorists. Leo from Lagos said that. Well, good evening, Sister Precious. The economy is really biting hard. If not for your station, I couldn't afford rice for my family 25th of December. Till date, suicide kept ringing in bell into my head, and my only saving grace is my little kids of 5-year-old and 6-month-old. Precious, please pray for me. Oh my goodness. See, Oga, ending it all is not even an option. You would end up making things worse for the people you're living a life. You end up making things, and you know what? They will survive the way you would survive too. So please try and keep your head up there. Please. You can do this. You come through this. And I see things that happen like this as a phase. This is just a phase of life. This phase will pass and you get to a better phase. So please just hang in there. Everything will be all right. Please, I beg you. I hope that I can even, oh my goodness. Okay, let me see if I can try to do this. I have some calls coming through, but let me see if I can get your contact so I can get across to you as soon as I can. Or please, whatever you do, ensure that you just keep your head up there. Don't do that. Okay. So Yossi from Ijegu says, yes, he says, good evening, Mr. Darlington and Precious. Honestly, the depression caused by this administration of president administration is much. If not for the fear of God, many people would have taken their lives like this lady. He said this government, they should take note of what is happening now because people are really frustrated. He said concerning the terrorists in the north, if not for the innocent northerners, those terrorists are supposed to be allowed, they're not supposed to be allowed to exist with those politicians. Oh, they were supposed to be allowed to exist with the politicians who created them. That's what he said. He said it is so annoying to keep these people. And then Alex from Uju says, Precious, I no agree for you and your police. So I beg go try agree. Police me, you know they say you no go agree. Shola says, good evening, Madam Precious and Mr. Darlington. Nigeria leaders know that the masses and the family of the victims will only shout and keep quiet. That's all. Until what happens then? He said until people become sensitive to their rights and good governance, abnormalities and insecurity will continue. Can this happen in the United States or Israel? Mbano. Or in any Western world? Mbano. All right, let's go straight to take a call now. Hello, good evening to you.
Yes, good evening, Prepe.
Oga Prince Akwachi, Oga Prince Akwachi, I'm supposed to reach out to you.
Mr. Darlington, you made my day. I'm telling you, you made my day, especially when you were giving that response to, what do you call it? Is it the police, public, whatever it is, relation officer, or whatever he calls himself? I don't know. Does he even think about people's rights? Don't people have the right to say what they want to say? Must everything be on intelligence, and they gathering all those intelligence and they are not able to fight insecurity? It's just a shame on them. It's a shame. Every time people say something, how does no grief for anybody? How does that constitute a security threat to the country. But no, they will always look for something just to spoil people's mind about certain things. Well, me, I will wait. Don't grief for anybody. May they come carry me.
Because you know this country. You know? I come in here, come talk now. Why you do like this? Enter this country, come talk out. Enter this country, come talk out. Fuck now, they Nigeria. You come Nigeria, may you come talk out. Fuck now, they Nigeria. Come Nigeria, may you come talk out. As fuck now reach Nigeria now, you no go fit talk and no go grief for anybody. You know, say once you talk, you no go back there US again.
I will personally send him an email and I will say it. You will see. I will take a picture of it. You will see. You know, Mr. Darlington, for what you did for me today, for what you did, you know, I was so mad. This morning. And just when I heard your voice and when you started speaking, guess what? Smiles came back. You know, I started smiling again, and people around me have been asking me, why am I smiling? And all that stuff. For that, I already know. You know, I know how we meet somewhere.
When I go see for backyard. By the way. When I go see for backyard, Abi. When I go see for backyard.
Yes, we'll see for backyard. That's not a problem. You know, we'll take that.
Thank you.
My question again is: I listened to Kenneth Okonkwo. You know, and
even though he's not in my conversation today anyway, but go ahead.
Yeah, to tell you the truth, I don't think he actually said anything. He didn't say anything out of the ordinary. You know, I know some people were expecting him to castigate Daniel Bwala, and he said, you know, that if you are invited, if you are being commanded by the commander-in-chief, yes, you can go. But what matters is after meeting him, your integrity. That's from the body language. I was reading his body language and I was reading, kind of like taking his sentence one after the other. And I didn't see anything, out of the ordinary. However, if he does go to them, it means, it is what it is. People, it means that he's among the wear belly face, politician. But I don't think he is that. So I'm not gonna castigate him. We'll be watching, we'll be watching them. And that's that. Which other one? For the River State one, like I said, I don't want to say anything. Let me wait until the Supreme Court. But Fubara should be careful, not to dance to those their tunes. Because the good thing is, it's better for you to be in peace with the people you are leading than to be in pieces with the people you are leading. That's all I can say for now.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Yeah, I think I've said what I wanted to say. Did I forget anything? I don't think I forgot. Well, okay. For the Castina one, I will always say the rooster have come home to roost. So that's just my simple thing. Yeah, the village head and all that. The rooster have come home to roost. So the security, whatever parastatal, they should stand up and do what they need to do. That's all I can say for now. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Well done. Okay. So let's. All right, going back to our calls now. Hello. Good evening to you.
Hello, good evening, Precious.
Yes, please. Good evening. Welcome. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Shola.
Shola, where are you calling
from? Alimosho.
You're welcome, Shola. Go ahead.
Alimosho.
Go ahead, Shola.
Darlington. Greet you, sir.
Thank you, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, when you mentioned about the GBR being the hometown of Buhari, I happen to have served in GBR. So I have a first-hand experience of how it was. I'm talking about 20 years. Actually, Buhari is from Zara is like some 45 minutes. GBR is in border town with a J narrative. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yeah. So the you know, the north, like the Katsina, it's a land. It's a place that has a large...
We're finding it difficult to hear you. Can you help us speak up a bit?
Okay, to hear me. Okay,
Yes,
it has a large landmass. Can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead.
Very large landmass. So, you know, and I was one of the electoral, officers, you know, presiding officers for INEC then. And, you know, so what am I trying to say? You know, even within Katsina, you can travel for as long as even 2 hours. And what I want to bring to the fore is the porosity. You understand? The porosity. So all these mercenaries you are looking at, all these, I was so surprised. The GBR that you see they attacked, you know, our Copper's Lodge is not too far from, you know, those places. So I know how it is. Actually, just like Barrister Darlington had said, you understand? There's actually an agenda. Because normally before, you know, Fulanis were everywhere, even when we were young. And we know that they are cattle areas, they are nomad. We never heard of all these kind of things. But these people are majorly from Niger, Senegal, Mali, and they were used as mercenaries by the politicians in the north.
Which Nigerian politicians? Are you serious? Do you have first-hand?
No, that is the...
Do you have first-hand knowledge of this?
Yeah, see, these are information that we get.
There are these guys coming from Mali, Niger, and other countries, and they were used as missionaries.
Yes, you know, they are from Mali, Senegal. Senegal. And you know the problem.
That's not news now.
So no, the thing is that the problem we're having in this country is that there are different evil interests. You know, religious, tribal, name it. These are the things affecting us in this country. Some of them were used as mercenaries, you understand? You know, to be able to achieve their own interests. You understand? Now, they've used these guys. I think we heard reports some time ago. You know, even some of those terrorists. They mentioned it that they had a kind of pact, you know, an agreement with the federal government. I don't know, maybe you heard that time. But I don't know, maybe you heard like 2 years ago. Some of them were saying it, that they had a pact and the federal government has failed to fulfill their own part of the bargain. You understand?
That was during that train attack thing now. That train attack when they said they should tell the government that the government knows what they want.
Of course, there was an agreement.
Thank you very much.
With them and discuss about Nigeria.
And then even Garba Shehu then came out to say that the kidnappers or the bandits deceived them, that they made them release their people, and even took one of their pregnant wives to safely deliver.
God bless you, precious. I was trying to remember that name you mentioned. I was trying to remember that name. God bless you. So you know, these are things that are going on, and the so-called government functionaries, the politicians, you know, they are there. You know, looking at all these things, why the country is being messed up. So that is by the side. Then now, coming to the form of government that we think we are practicing democracy. The president that we have now is turning to an emperor. I'm telling you. So and
why would you say that? Why would you say that?
You know, okay, now look at it. He's turning Nigeria to a one-party state.
How?
Through his cohorts. Look at what. Okay, how? Now look at Wike. Wike is a PDP member. He started before. He made mention that APC is a cancer. And God forbid, that was when he was still making out then. Look at what happened. He worked against his own party.
All right. I appreciate you. You've had time to say your mind. Let me not let you.
So let me just round up now by saying that it is not just for us to be mentioning all these things, but let us provide a solution. I want to round up. The solution is that Nigeria needs total cleansing. I'm telling you, I don't know how you want to interpret it, but we need to be cleansed.
And that is why we keep, talking about issues so that we keep having that political consciousness. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's part of it. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. All right. Hello. Good evening to you. Good evening.
Precious.
Hello. Good evening, Mr. Dunning. Sorry, someone is on.
Hi, Precious. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Welcome. What's your name? Where you
Yeah. This is Remy.
Oh, hi, Remy.
From
Welcome.
Akoka.
Go ahead, please, very quickly.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How can one not lose one's sanity in this country with the way things are going? Like every minute of every hour, we get to hear funny stories. I saw the note. The lady who died wrote down. I saw the note. All the points she made. it's applicable to most Nigerians out there. Fine, some of us might not, probably due to level of awareness, we won't get to that level. But that is the reality on ground. And some people will be pushed to that level. I hope we don't get to report or get to hear some of those cases later on. I just hope so. I pray so. On the case of insecurity, wherever those terrorists are from, whether from Mali or from Gabon, wherever, my concern is the government nipping it in the bud. When are they going to stop these incessant killings happening on a daily basis? And there are so many unreported cases, a lot happening on a daily basis. Is it until get to our doorsteps that the country will rise up and do the needful? On the case of Daniel Bwala and Kenneth Okonkwo, they were not the reason why Tinubu won the election. That is a fact. They were not the reason. They were not the reasons why he won. We saw the role INEC played. We saw the role the judiciary played. We saw the role the state actors played in all of this. So Bwala's presence or absence in Atiku's camp was not the reason. So if they like, they can move all of them from one party to another party. Nigeria shouldn't get carried away by that. It's just a mere distraction. We are more in numbers than them. And we showed that. Look at the report of the results in River State. LP won, but the INEC declared another person to be the winner. So the system was used, not those individuals. So let's not get carried away by that. It's not even airworthy. It's not this worthy. It's just a mere distraction. I care less. Lastly, on the case of I have to bring this to your notice. I don't know if you saw this report on Premium Times yesterday, and I'm here to hear this on any station. The report of billions of naira paid into different ministry personal accounts under Buhari, the Ministry of Health, and that of Fashola's ministry.
It's in Obaze's report.
I don't know if you saw it yesterday. It was on Premium Times.
That were even, that some millions that were paid into a 6-year-old's boy account that is linked to something. Plus the one that 1.3 trillion was seen in someone's private.
These are things we should be discussing, not Bwala and Okonkwo, whatever.
We'll get to that. Don't worry. Don't worry. Once the report is made public, do you know why, right? Once the report is made public, if it's YouTube, we can just talk about it. But once it's made public, we'll jump on it.
I've seen it in Premium Times.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
It's not
all right. Hello. Good evening to you. Hello. You really did busy, Sha. So while we were talking, Mr. Darlington, Faulkner walks into the studio, and all right. So Faulkner is one of our regular listener from the United States, and he decided to stop by to see us and his visit to Nigeria.
I don't thought UK be US hand today. Unfortunately, the hand came empty. No dollars came empty. How are you doing?
I'm all right, man.
It's good to see you.
Nice to see you in person.
In fact, we're happy to see you.
Absolutely, man. Mr. The great barrister.
How are you doing, Faulkner? You like to chime in? So you've been, nodding your head and all that. Would you like to chime in, jumping at the conversation?
Absolutely, because before I came out here this evening, I've been actually listening to a few things. I've been seeing a lot of reports, and similar to what the guy already mentioned about the money found in a 6-year-old child, and also people talk about the insecurity. And these are the same things that we've been talking all the time, that without synchronized system, without protecting all those borders out there, you can never have a better country. And all the every corners that links into this country, both from the south, from the north, from the east, from the west, those areas needs to be closed down, needs to be well secured. If these places are not secured, we are very close to Chad. We are very close to other countries like Zaire, all those like Libya. We're very close to these countries. And whatever happens in those countries, we definitely rush into Nigeria. So I think everyone have spoke well. I hope the government are listening to see where next things needs to be. We need to protect this country and to be sure that we can have a better nation.
Right, thank you so much. All right, Lagos, going back to the phone lines. You want to say something, Mr. Valentin?
Yes. You see, we can harness these people. You know the Warner Brothers, how Russia is making use of them. Since we have these boys who are strong-headed and they are full of muscles, we can create a city for them. We have land. I have suggested this thing before, that the greatest thing Buhari would have done for his people is to give them a place. Instead of them scattering all over the place, disturbing their neighbors. Create a place for them, build a city, an entire city for them. Since they are living among themselves, maybe this killing will stop. That is what I think. If they can live among themselves, there is land in the north, so many land.
So instead of allowing them to, run,
because they don't want to live with other people now. If they live with you, they will kill you. So create a place for them. Is that not what they are doing? These people they are killing, did they like them? They don't like them. So create a place for them. If they like Nigeria, let them come.
Is it not just because of some misunderstanding?
There's no misunderstanding here. Please, don't say that. There is no misunderstanding at all. Nothing like misunderstanding. You mean misunderstanding that you kill a man, take his farmland, take his village, take his home, and rename it. What misunderstanding is that? There's no misunderstanding here.
All right, Mr. Valentin, we have someone on the line. Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, this is Tony from Chicago.
Oh, Mr. Tony, you're welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you. Welcome, sir.
I just ask you a question. I can't remember, or Danity can answer me.
Okay.
What the end point of that? The leader of the terrorist that was met at the government house with Shetima, how the case ended.
Kabiru Sokoto.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kabiru Sokoto. So if you have somebody like that met in the government house, and then you are telling me that our vice president don't know how about
but I don't know if you've been listening to this show at that time. There was a time I was interviewing, I can't remember now if it was Dino Melaye in the show or it was someone who's another PDP chieftain. And then I was also supposed to be in Festus Keyamo was also supposed to be in that conversation, but he couldn't join in on the conversation. But I think he listened in because before the end of the conversation, he sent me a response to those accusations. And his response were links to, report that Kabiru Sokoto was there to even kidnap Shetima's children or to harm Shetima's children in his house that he didn't know, something like that. So I think there's an explanation to that. I mean, Mr. Danity, you are one of the first listeners I got in this show, so you know exactly what that conversation was about.
He was there to kill. Let's assume he was there to kidnap. Did they hand him over to the authority?
But he was arrested. He was apprehended then.
Where is he now?
Where is he? That's the question. He was not there. He was killed there to meet the other. Any other thing is just somebody telling you just a story. Let me be honest to you. I have a friend here. He fought in Boko Haram. He left Nigeria. He came down here. He's in America now. Where I was telling you, there's no way the government supplies that. Let him be honest to me that unknowing to him, he has delivered arms to Boko Haram. He told me, he said unknowing to him, they have delivered arms to Boko Haram. He's a soldier in Nigeria. He's here in America now. He has resigned. So unknowingly, they are delivering arms to Boko Haram. But when they realized, it was when he said, no way, that they cannot be good again. These are the people, the government supplied the arms. These are, I don't know why we're...
No, but you cannot just say that on air now, Mr. No, you can't say that. You can't say that. And if you say that, you will be called upon. I go give them your number, make you can't give proof how they use it.
Give them my number.
You will not say that now. You are aware that you're public radio.
I'm a medical KK. I call my name fully. Give them my number. I'm not afraid of them. I'm not afraid of the people that are killing. Is it wise? People are dying, or because it's not touched to any of us here. People that are losing their village, they're losing their loved ones every day by day in Nigeria. And what are they doing? The primary thing of any government is to provide security for the citizens. If they kill all their citizens, who are they going to govern again? Let's be honest to ourselves. All this cutting down of traveling is not what Nigeria needs. We need protection where I can be safe. Where I am, I'm safe. But I can't come to my country because of what? Let's be honest to ourselves. Sometimes it gets the way they kill people as if they're killing fowl. Every day in Nigeria news, kidnap or lost, kidnap or kill, kidnap or kill. Why? Something's going on. They must call a security meeting and get this thing done rightly. It's getting out of hand, my dear. We're not in the war situation. If we're in the war, I can't travel to my country. But not because we're not in the war, but I can't travel to my country. Please, let them take this thing serious. That's my concern. I'm not concerned about the cutting down the travel space.
Thank you, Mr. Tony. And you recall, and you should know that the fact that I even amplify this situation is because I also want to change, right? I mean, I could have as well concentrated on other stories. Every
day by day.
Thank you.
Why can't they take it serious? The government, I'm not talking about you. The government should take it serious. It's getting out of hand. People are talking. Well, I don't agree. I don't agree.
Come here, come talk. Thank you so much.
Did you remember how Plateau happened? A lawmaker from Bauchi said he went there and stayed there for 3 days to find out what happened. He said that these guys came, on lonely without anything on them. But when they came in, there was a central place where these arms were stockpiled. That at the appointed time, they went there to go and collect these arms and started killing. They didn't come in with it. That the thing was somewhere within that locality. A lawmaker said it, Mr. Ningi, Alhaji Ningi, he said it. And I was thinking the government should take a lead from there. Who put these arms in here? Who deterred this guy to go and do what? We are provided so many leads that government doesn't want to follow. Every time insecurity, we are intelligent, this and that. They know what is going on. The pressure, forget that. They know what is going on.
All right, so let me run through my messages very quickly. Shola, I think I've taken your message already. Oh my goodness. My messages are so many. Oh my goodness. All right. So Senator from Isala says Northern elders and others know what is happening in the north. Sorry to say, they are romancing the terrorists because El Rufai said they know where they are. Mr. Darlington has told you their agenda and plan. Please discuss another thing. The police spokesperson doesn't know what he is saying, as so they have intelligence gathering about slogan and no good grip, but they don't have intelligence against bandits and killing people. Okay. It's a mission catch them. We don't get shame. So Precious and Darlington, the government at all levels are joking with the people that are killing Nigerians after the politicians. They have built insecurities at different parts of Nigeria, and then he said, "Are we not here during 2023? Or were we not here during the 2023 election when the supporters were threatening voters? Police named it a joke. Police force are now seeing danger during election, and the politicians are using well, you said a lot, but your message is not quite. The government have to start from themselves. Then they still see that ordinary Nigerians will be afraid to commit any crime." And then Tunde from Ijegu says Mr. Darlington should always check his BP because he shouts too much. The man
oh my God.
He said the man who diverted Anambra people's money to his family business tweeted that better Edu should be properly investigated, and his followers shouted savior to the tweet. Yet okay. I don't talk anything. And then this here says it's not a joke. Kidnappers, bandits, government headsmen cover all Nigerian forests. Bilado from Idemo sent in that. Are you aware of this? And then this says Adeyemi Kamoro from Satellite Town says Peter Obi refused to account for billions of public funds donated to his campaign 6 months after. Yet you're asking Edu to account for public money. Peter Obi, who took Anambra State money to invest in a company owned by his family, is that not corruption? Pandora Peter Obi, is there no corruption? Well, he said a lot. Unfortunately, we're not even discussing Peter Obi in this matter anyway.
I wish we are. But anyway, no problem.
So Franca from Iba says, okay. Franca from Iba says, my honorable Darlington, please, where did NPF buy intelligence? I beg. Talk. They sell them for markets. Why are they like this for Nigeria? And he said, I support with my 2 hands. Iba town is the worst. No lights for 3 days, not even a flash. My barrister is an extent I don't agree with your. To an extent I don't agree with you regarding setting targets. Though not outrageous, you need to see some employees working without targets. They always feel like Oga on the top. Hey, Mr. Darlington, KPI is important too. KPI is very important. That's what this person is trying to tell you. Because some people, there are some staff that is not worth employing. Nigerians have one kind of mentality. If you don't push them, they won't. It's not everybody that employed that takes that job like as serious as they should and handle it the way they should handle it. You want to say something about that?
Now that the thing has backfired, then come.
Well,
now that the times are changing. Precious, where is the money? Where is the money for your target? That's the question.
That's what the person is saying, that maybe not too much, but then you should also give them target. Because if you say that don't give bankers targets, and that means these people will come to work. They'll just come to work, go back, they will not even move a muscle. They will just rest.
When did all this start? In the 70s and 80s, was it like this? No, do you employ people to go and be harassing politicians and businessmen to go and bring their money?
How do you know it's politicians they harass?
Who else has the money to bring the bank? No, who else? No, tell me.
Mr. Darlington, let me take more messages.
This one that they are discussing with the banks, was it not? Where did they put the money? Was it not in a bank?
Okay. And then this says, Precious, I beg no grief for anybody. The police usually gets intelligence on irrelevant things. That's why they keep arresting innocent people on the street and collecting bribe. They could not get intelligence info on serious matters such as the massive headsmen killings, bandit killings, and corrupt politicians. That's what Emperor said. But let me go to YouTube now. Oh my goodness, my YouTube is okay. Shuka Ekwe says, good evening, beautiful Precious and Mr. Darlington. In Nigeria workplaces, it's like that. They pay little and want to work you and make you work yourself to death. At the end of the day, you have nothing to show for it. Okay, he says, good evening, Prayer and Mazi Darlington. I just finished watching Mr. Darlington in Precious Enyi TV on YouTube. You guys are doing great. That was a short sting at Precious Enyi TV. Promise presented, and just ask if you could. Well, you should go watch that though. There's a great conversation. Some things Mr. Darlington spilled there. And then Olalo Adewale says, who will help stop the bleeding now, but not the career politicians that help dig the hole that we're in already. I said the career, well, Aloysius Emechebe says, good evening, my amiable Precious and Mr. Darlington. Please tell Mr. Darlington, please tell me what is working in Nigeria. As I am talking to you right now, there is no light everywhere. So what is really working? Fadesoka says, if not for the supervision of Simon Ekpa in Igbo land, is their primary target. Igbo is the stubborn hindrance preventing from the. Well, you said a lot. I apologize. I can't take that. Hello, good evening to you. Hello. All right, I lost that. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 9039. I just looked through my messages and it's like a war zone. Like I have lots of messages. I don't know where to start from again. Mr. Darlington, please let me. Mr. Darlington, my darling Precious, please tell Mr. Darlington to talk, please. Oh, I should let him talk. We love to hear from him. X-Ben from Abuja. X-Ben. I did not do anything. MC from Lagos says, let them get the facts. Also, don't let it sound as if it's just about obedience. We are all fighting for better Nigeria. That's what he's saying. And then this says, it is unfortunate that the lady committed suicide in a bank premises. If care is not taken, people will start setting themselves on fire in front of the government offices or government offices. Each day I wake up, I see no hope in this. In what Nigerians are going through. Ezekiel from Ejigbo sent in that message. It's unfortunate, but ending it is not an option too. Precious, I no agree for you. Read my message. Whether da again, no, but still read my message. Make I go cough. people shall not make me choke in this work, eh? And I'm not gonna make me choke. And he says, Precious, I'm sure you have seen the picture of the lady banker that killed herself in the convenience of the bank, within the bank premises at Ikorodu, with a suicide note on the hardship in the country. That's the reality of the country that we are in now. That is so sad. I saw that I just don't know what her parents will go through.
It has continued.
I don't know what her parents will go through. All right, this here says, Prince from Ilasa says, good evening, to my man of honor, Mr. Darlington. So now, no go grief for anybody. These are the issues we now have in Nigeria. You know, said instead of the PRO of police to go and investigate the pressing matter at hand about the death of that young lady who died, he's there saying that we no go agree is the problem that we have. Mr. Darlington, help me tell that policeman to use that same intelligence he's talking about to go to Zamfara State, and please, maybe we will know who they collect our gold for free. Since
I'm telling you.
Alex then says, all right, he says, I want to appreciate you two for your candid opinions and input on the whole stories, though. I want to appeal to Precious. You want to appeal to Precious, you mean, to kindly minimize the time limits you give each callers. I don't hear you. Thank you so much. And then he said it's difficult for new callers to call in if you give them much time. I appreciate you. He said I would like you to kindly just adjust on this so that you can have more. Thank you. I appreciate you. Alex. Thank you so much. Thank you. And then this here says, oh, Magic could me your boyfriend has written. Mr. Darlington, that message is so long I don't know if I can read it. So Magic says, I just switched to the program. I've not been listening to it from the beginning. There is something Mr. Darlington said for just short period I turned into the program. Madam Precious, I can hear you're trying to caution Darlington on his use of word against please, Madam Precious, I'm pleading with you. Tell Darlington to stop. Okay. I say Obi cannot even do half of the good governance and achievement that president is doing so far. Mr. Darlington is criticizing. He should do it constructively and stop what he's in. What you said a lot. I appreciate you. Thank you. And of course, we're all entitled to our opinion. My name is
committing suicide.
My name is AA. Election is over. All these P2B supporters should wake up from their dreams and support the government and stop cooking up stories for 2027. And then this here says, what are you expecting a vulnerable people to do in Nigeria when the government are not listening to them, Sister Precious? Hey, the insecurity of Nigeria is being caused by the Nigerian politicians themselves, because they use them as their machineries. Nigerian politicians are now wow, that thing you talk shall not go feed the read them like that too. And then this here says, Mr. Darlington, is it compulsory for twins to stay together? This country is too big for Hackman to rule. Let us come to for one man, you mean, or for one black man to rule. Let's come together without crisis and divide, and let's have peace. Well, unfortunately, I can't carry that. But let me go back to your calls now. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening, Sister Precious.
Sir?
My name is Peter.
Peter, go straight to the point. And you know that if you say anything that you are attacking any other person now, I will cut you. Because I hear say they don't stop you for plenty stations. I had to call some of my colleagues in other stations. And I hear you're a regular person. Ngwa, go straight to the point, sharp. You hear?
All right. All right. But know that I have freedom of speech and I can speak anywhere.
We all have freedom of speech too. And if you also realize, you know that I don't also carry messages, information that is. If you rather would like to go straight to the point, I appreciate that, Mr. Peter. Are you there? Hello. It's fine if you can just call us and go straight to the point. Lines are still open, people. Hello, good evening to you. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Precious.
Good evening, welcome. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Michael.
Michael, where are you calling from?
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, I'm calling from Ejibo.
Michael, go ahead, please.
Yeah, good evening, Barry.
Good evening, my brother. How are you doing?
Yeah, Precious.
Sir?
You see, Precious. You see, this what we are facing today is the outcome of Buhari government that started this, because you know the reason. Sometimes even when I heard the news, I was even so happy about it. that they even went to his place. I don't even know. I don't even know the reason why they didn't even enter his compound. And it's coming gradually. One day they will enter his compound and even.
No, don't say that. Just go straight to your points, please, sir. Please.
Yes, because what Buhari is supposed to have done to Nigeria, he went to DJ to do it. Now we are also. In fact, they are the ones suffering it. I think good, Galera. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, Lagos. So in case you're just joining on, let me run you through the conversations that we've been having so far. I did tell you earlier that female banker killed herself in Lagos State. She cited a lot of things, that she's frustrated, her head is clogged up, and that she's not meeting her figures, that her figures are so low, and that the economy is so hard, things are not getting better, and she's tired. Bandits kill Katsina village head, 8 others. As part of our conversation, bandits abduct varsity lecturer in Zamfara State. As if that is not enough, we now hear from a federal minister that most forests in Nigeria taking over by bandits, kidnappers. Hey, this is according to the Minister of Environment, not me. And then you did hear that 2024 theme, no go agree for anybody is dangerous, intended to cause anarchy in the country. Police said, in fact, they said that this is intended to cause revolution in the country. No use them again. Lagos air quality, they say Banana Island is unhealthy for sensitive groups, while Akoka, Agege and the rest of them are the most populated area. In case Faulkner is living in any of them, sorry for you.
Yeah, but check yourself. I'm just thinking of those places.
Okay. LP to play active role in electoral reforms ahead of 2027 poll, Abure says. And I also did tell you earlier today about a woman whose husband killed, and that some women in Yobe State had to rally protest for justice for her. Certificate forgery. Supreme Court dismisses APC, YPP, NNPP petitions against Akwa Ibom State, and they are giving judgment. I mean, there will be Supreme Court judgment on about 6 governorship election cases tomorrow. I think Plateau State, Kano State, Bauchi State, Ebonyi State, 6 of them like that. The Lagos State is also part of it. 6 states. There'll be judgment for them, judgment on those cases tomorrow. And then Peter B tells federal government to cut cost of governance by 60%, not just reducing the entourage. See, Organo reduce only entourage. Cut your cost of governance. That would be better for us. That's what Nigerians are yearning for, so that they can save money, right? And we also did tell you that the president is in, a closed door meeting with Sim Fubara in Aso Rock. We do not know what the outcome of that meeting is right now. I've seen me saying that it's private. That's what he says, and he keeps quiet, keeps mum. After he came out of the meeting, he said it's private. Greet our reporters waiting the meeting be about.
We don't know whether he was invited to be given more instructions.
We don't know.
Or he came on his own.
Exactly. But then Ganduje, the APC national chairman, is saying that the target of the party is to increase APC governors and lawmakers. There you have it. There's the stories. These are the stories that we'll be looking at this evening, Lagos. Phone lines are still open: 081 0700 903 903 903 and 0700 903 9039. These are the numbers to call. But let me quickly run through some WhatsApp messages, because we have lots of them. McDonald Nelson from Mayor Lagos says, Sister Precious Enyi and Barrister Darlington, I want to say well done to you people for the good work that you're doing. At least you people make us know what is happening in the country. Nigeria, God will continue to bless you all. Thank you. Now the work, what would they do, brother? At least that one they never ban them. Now the work, what would they do? Let's see that one as slogan too. Good evening, Precious and Mr. Darlington. Until the 400 names given to Nigerian government for sponsoring terrorism is released in this country, we need to go anywhere. Say in the east it's called unknown gunmen, in the north it's called bandits. Until these names are brought to book, nothing good is going to happen. Solomon Asika from Mushi is saying that.
Before you go further, please, have I not been saying that here? Is that not the first thing I expected Tinubu to do? Because if you do that, these things will stop. Somebody is sponsoring these things. I just told you how they entered the door. Somebody bought gun and kept somewhere, and they went for that gun and collected it and started killing. These guns are not 1 naira or 2 naira now. None of those terrorists can afford it. Who is bringing the money? That is the question. Remember when Emefiele was accused of sponsoring terrorism? Why did they drop that case? These are issues I wanted us to talk about. Not all these things that people are saying. I wanted Tinubu to go into that matter. Who is sponsoring this thing? Bring them out. That's the only thing this thing can stop, because somebody is fueling this thing. Somebody is fueling it. Come and tell us they have surrendered the whole country. How did they come in? Or how are they living in those forests? Who is giving them money? Who is feeding them? How are they comfortable staying there? And we are talking about money being taken here, right, left, and center. All this money, where is it going to? Why was the Mayfield accused of sponsoring terrorism? And why was the case dropped? Somebody is saying you are criticizing Tinubu. Let him take action. Let us see it. Let this insecurity end on his word. Because they said that since Buhari did not do it, he cannot do it. Let him surprise me. Let him surprise me. Let him surprise me. There will be no renewed hope if this killing continues.
All right, I'd like to say something.
Mr. Darlington.
Yes, please.
Everything that you just said right now, there is no way that we always have to review the case of the Rwanda, because these all sound similar.
I'm telling you.
If weapons are coming into this country and people are actually picking them up, and these are the cases of things that happen in Rwanda, we also have to start taking notes. And if there's no way that people are not being punished for certain things like this, it will become a difficult country for someone just to manage it. People need to go to jail. We need to hold people accountable. We need to find people that they're actually in charge of this stuff, because it's impossible that we have a big nation of over 200 million people and we cannot even identify few numbers of people that they are out there creating all this chaos, all this problem for other people.
All right, so talking about you no go great for anybody. You know, I told you that the police just said recently that that's a sensitive statement aimed at causing a revolution in the country. Well, Army has a different thing to say about it, because Army has just said something different about the you no go great slogan. Take a listen
as a collective
what he had to
our
say.
Operations this week, troops have maintained an aggressive posture, and our mission is clear on what needs to be done in winning the war against the terrorists and their cohorts across the country. We have demonstrated our commitment by our actions to win this war. Troops will therefore act with tremendous force to achieve the task ahead as we progress in the year 2024. Having said that, I will say this. This year, 2024, I urge citizens of this country to see security as a collective responsibility of all. Therefore, no greed for terrorists, no greed for perpetrators of insecurity.
Let me the new slogan for 2023-24 for our young ones is no degree for anybody.
You are saying what he said earlier.
From my intelligence that this slogan is coming from a revolutionary sector that may likely cause problem across the country.
But now that Army has not told us that make we no agree for terrorists and everybody, well, who will we now be? Police is saying that make you no do, you no agree. Army is saying that make sure say you no agree for bad men and terrorists. So what should we not do like this in this country like this?
They don't even agree on what to.
Because police is saying now that from the intelligence is revolutionary. Army is saying that he's urging citizens. You heard that? He said he urged citizens make you no agree for terrorism. Make you no agree for. So what do we now do? Well, going back to my phone lines now. Hello, good evening to you. Hello.
Hello, please go to you.
Can you help me turn up the volume of your radio set, please?
Hello. Is it clear now?
Go ahead. What's your name and where are you calling from? Well, it's still a bit muffled up.
This is Austin. Hello.
Hello.
I'm from the living God.
Your line is really bad. Unfortunately, we can't take that. But then taking a few messages here. Harry from Bangrove says, "Precious, your wisdom is simply awesome. You're truly a trained journalist." Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. And then he says, "Precious, insecurity in Nigeria is man-made. It's all about religion, ethnicity." And he said, "Some people value religion above the life of another. And you said some other group will continue fighting one another than their common enemy until their enemy takes over their land and force all of them to renounce their God. Levinas said this. And then Ugochukwu from Alimosho says, those who are potting now to APC from Labour Party were planted there as moles by the people in APC to reveal the secrets and the plans of Labour Party. And then you mentioned about Kenneth, Okonkwo and Boala, Well, I'm not giving credence to that conversation right now. Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening, Sister Precious, Barrister Darlene, and your another guest in the house.
You're welcome.
Richard from Germany.
Richard, you're welcome.
Talking about insecurity in Nigeria is deliberately not working because there are people who are benefiting from that insecurity. We are talking about Katsina and northern Nigeria, mostly core northern Nigeria. Do you know why the borders are so porous? It's deliberate, policy. If you are from Kano to Maradi in what they call it in Niger Republic, it's just like you are driving from Anambra to Imo State. Nobody, nothing. Because when I was in Nigeria, I was going over there, I was doing some business over there. Nothing. That is why you see those places. That's why they don't want, because they have the same language, the same culture, the same religion. That's why they are deliberately not closing that border, and that's where Nigeria is having her problem. The problem comes from the border. For example, this recent coup that happened in Niger. You see how immediately Tinubu said, we are going to remove the coup plotters. You saw how all of them came out. They even wanted to even declare war against Nigeria because they felt that those people are their brothers more than their southern Nigerian brothers. You understand what I'm saying? If those borders were maybe in the east or in the south, that border would have been closed automatically. They would have even built walls, assuming that those people who are living in the other side, assuming they're not, their brothers and their language, their religion, they would have cut that place off. I think we are not talking we don't know what we are going through in Nigeria. Somebody was saying that the insecurity everywhere. At least there's a brother who is in that studio now, is an American. Ask him, if somebody kills somebody in America, is that person caught or not? No matter how long it takes. But you see in Nigeria, you see murderers going around. Nobody's arresting them. Nobody's arresting them, and they keep on killing. Every day they kill, and the government will tell you, non-government bandits, and these people are murderers. What are we talking about? Then you talk about the lady who committed suicide. That lady, look, Nigerian banks, I'm sorry to say it, they don't have ethics. How can you allow somebody to work from 7 to 7 in the morning, from Monday to Friday, even Saturdays, 7 to 7? I have a niece. I don't want to mention her bank. She works like a Jackie. And what is her salary? Sometimes even somebody who works from Monday to Friday, even some Saturdays, 7 to 7. This young lady cannot even live a comfortable life. Sometimes you send her money from here. She works in a very good bank in Lagos. They use these girls. They use them and dump them. Over here, how can you work 12 hours a day? How can you do that from Monday to Saturday? And how much are they giving paid for? Look at the target they're giving them. This Christmas, I spoke with her and she was crying. I said, but I have no job for you. I don't even know what to do. And this girl she's a senior staff there because she studied accountancy, and and she has been there for almost 8 years, and she's still partial or control, what do they call it, partial staff.
Contract. She's a contract staff.
She hasn't even given full contract. What the heck is going on over there? This bank should help mostly these young ladies. They abuse them sexually. They do everything.
We don't want to talk about that conversation. People. It's crazy going down that lane right now. Honestly speaking,
I'm telling you. I know. I'm speaking from my own niece. A very beautiful girl, a girl who 2-1. She got 2-1 in accountancy, and because of this, they put her, not only her, they put them on that stress. How much are they paying these girls? Nothing, not peanut. Even the married ones. When I was building my house in Imo State, they push these ladies to everybody, catch everybody. If you're not disciplined woman or disciplined man, you go astray. They make them to commit evil things. And you see a bank manager living like a king over there, and they see their staffs just suffering. May God help us in Nigeria, I'm telling you. But this insecurity, let me tell you, my sister, this insecurity, the politicians they know about it. They don't want to stop it. If they want to stop it, they will stop. Look at for example, look at the Imo State. It's not political killings over there. Now everywhere is quiet. Everywhere is quiet. It's not a political. Look, for example, look at how many people they killed in Imo State. Traditional rulers. Political opponents. Look at, for example, the former governor of Imo State was attacked in Hedion. Assuming that he was killed, they would have tagged it to IPOB. When they went to kidnap Uche Nwosu, thank God he survived. They couldn't succeed. Assuming that the attack went, sour, maybe assuming that he was killed, they would have targeted IPOB. Because they are killing themselves over there. Insecurity in Nigeria is mostly caused by the politicians. Nobody can tell me otherwise. Good night from here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good night. So, Mr. Darlington, let's have you. So, Faulkner.
Please, before you say that, please, okay. Precious.
Sir?
Is it right that you call yourself a patriotic Nigerian and a leader of Nigeria, and you allow people from other countries, you prefer them to the people you say you are your own people? Do you know that some of them, they don't believe in Nigeria? That was why when Tinubu wanted to go and remove that man in Niger who planted that coup, Northerners, you now ask yourself, that was why Tinubu backed down. Pressure, that was why Tinubu backed down from going into Niger. After all, what is Niger? All you need to do is send the battalion there, they will go and remove that man there. But because Northerners came after him, we saw it. You now ask yourself, is a Niger part of Nigeria? Precious, except we sit down and discuss this thing. It will get to a point where nobody wants to discuss it again. I'm telling you. I don't see why some people claim that they like Nigeria, they are patriotic, they are part of Nigeria. Yet you prefer other countries to Nigerians.
All right, so Faulkner, I wanted to chime in on the conversation quickly before we wrap up.
Yes, I'll be quick. So for those listeners out there, we know Nigerians are very hardworking people, and people working so hard. And we only have one country. Please be safe and continue to do what you're doing out there. And secondly, Department of Labor needs to look more inwards to see how people are employed in this country. There is something they call sweatshop. Sweatshop is places where people only work very hard as 20 hours like every single day, but they only get penny. And this is what they're doing. Please help these people out there.
All right, thank you, Lagos. That's the size of our conversation this evening. We'll be here again tomorrow evening, but without Mr. Darlington and perhaps not Faulkner too. I'll see you tomorrow evening in Flesh and Blood. My name is Precious Enyi. Join us on all our social media handles. And by the way, you could just go look up Precious Enyi TV on YouTube. Mr. Darlington often helps us drop a few thoughts there once in a while. So he's at Precious Enyi TV, and of course all across the social media. Just look for Precious Enyi. Follow me, but not like my village people. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.